First built in 1969 and then upgraded with its trademark alien grip strips 30 years later in 1999, the Paul Ricard track has become one of the most popular test venues, host to multiple Formula 1 Grand Prix and more recently the European Le Mans Series. Due to its design as a test track, the circuit has many configurations, however the most commonly raced layout is the full outer circuit, sometimes with and sometimes without the chicane on the Mistral Straight. In order to understand this track and the fantastic job done by the mod team that have brought this track to Assetto Corsa, you of course need to get a vehicle and drive on it, so that's what we're going to do. As we jump into the car down the start finish line, we approach the first corner, or rather chicane, of Verrières. Now you'll notice coming in that the road has a lot of bumps on it and is slightly off camber on the entry, and you have to watch out because the car's going to drift around all over the place a bit like a hovercraft, but a bit of counter steer will correct it through there. We've got a car on the left hand side that's going to lurch across us. Now before we get into the Saint-Bon corner, we've got a little bit of a snaking turn here, again off camber. You've got to watch out, the car's going to be fighting for grip. There's opportunities here to fight left and right. We've got this white car battling us on the inside, we're sticking to the right. Into Saint-Bon we go. Obviously that's not the correct racing line, you want to take that wide and get on the power early, but we're through nonetheless and we make our way onto L'École. Now you'll notice on the left hand side in a minute there's some traffic cones. That's because we're running the practice version of the track. Rest assured they're not there if you're running the full race version. Now as we come down the Ligne Droite de Mistral, we're going to have to watch out because there's some skid marks for the different versions of the layout. Don't be confused by them. Instead take in the beautiful trees to the right and the nice hillside on the left with some details on it. We've got the chicane breaking up the Mistral Straight here. Again, you're going to have to watch out for the sneaky camber of this track, a little bit too much power and you're going to end up on the alien zebra line. So we're going to power on through and we come back onto the Ligne Droite de Mistral. Another opportunity to take in the view, look at the hot air balloons, and soon we're going to be introduced to the right-hander almost flat out of Senior, which you've got to be careful because again the cars have a tendency to drift wide here unless they've got the aero to stick them to the road. Now watch out because we're continuing the right-hander with the double doigt de Boussette as we come over, and you'll notice again the camber is incredibly deceptive and it's almost like a roller coaster, banking the car into the corner, and perhaps the trickiest corner, Bendor, coming in now. You think you've got through it, but no, you've got to slam on the brakes and it's a really tight left-hander into Village. A corner that gives you a chance to catch your breath, have a little bit of a break, admire the hillside and the scenery again as we're getting pushed on the right hand side, and we go left into La Tour, which is again another tricky left-hander, not as tight as Bendor but it's tight enough, and then an incredibly tight right-hander through Virage de Point. It's at this point you can congratulate yourself for not sticking the tyres on the blue stuff, because that is a full lap of the circuit Paul Ricard. All said and done, this is an absolutely exquisite version of the track. The texture work, the models and the sheer attention to detail all come together to produce a track that for the first time isn't a chore to learn and is in fact enjoyable to carve away those milliseconds lap after lap. We've put a download link to the track in the video description, and if you enjoyed this circuit as much as we did, make sure you donate to the author of the circuit, Starak3D, right away. Thanks for watching this review of the Paul Ricard circuit. Make sure you click the subscribe button, like it and drop us a comment. I will see you in the next video we do. Until then, goodbye.